Hiya, well here I am back again after quite a few weeks. I'm not making these videos nearly as regularly now I'm back home. It's probably because things are changing less quickly now, and perhaps there's a bit less to say, but there still is quite a bit to say. It's just different. It's been lovely settling into my new hometown of Norwich, which is a really fabulous place to live, and just this week I've discovered so many interesting things to do and activities to join for when we are here. And one of the things I've done is to connect on Facebook with the local vegans, and I've been meeting them for picnics, and I've organised a few lunches and dinners together, which is brilliant because it's people from all walks of life, different jobs, and even if just a few of us meet up, it's just really interesting to get to know someone completely different. So it's a thought that if you're somewhere and want to meet some local people, which I did, it's quite a good idea to have a look on Facebook to see if there's a vegan group, because it's nice to have something in common. So that's been really nice. So what have I been doing? Well, I went to London and we went to a vegan restaurant called Mildred's, which is lovely. I think there are two in London. This one was in Soho. We went just before the theatre. We had quite a culture-packed week because I had to pack it all in, because when we travel we don't get to see much, mainly because we have the dog and we can't get inside places. But so we were making up for it by just doing loads of stuff in London, which was brilliant. And Mildred's, you can't book, you have to just show up and wait in line. So that's what we did, and had a drink while you were waiting. And it's a really nice vegan menu. I'm just trying to get a nice background behind me. I think I had mushroom and ale pie, which is the first proper pie I've had since being vegan. I had it with, I think, mash and greens and gravy. It was really yummy. And I think Martin had a burger, which was lovely. I forget what Nell had, I think a risotto, but it's a really nice place to go to, and it wasn't too expensive. You do have to wait a little while in line though, because it's very popular. So, what else? I've got just a little list here I was just going to tell you about. One of the things that I've been doing, just trying to find different activities to do during the week, which I have. But yesterday, when I was waiting for a bus, I came across this vegan cafe, which is on Castle Meadow in Norwich, and it's around Kind. It's called The Missing Kind, and the cafe's called A Kinda Happy Place. It's a social enterprise, I believe, with that's involved in various projects showing kindness, compassion, etc. It's got a nice vision statement. Lovely vegan cafe, and they needed volunteers, so I'm volunteering for that. This was a piece of banana chocolate cake from there, which was gorgeous. I do apologise again for my caveman style filming. Once again, haven't got around to getting another posh phone. As I told you, I dropped my good one out the window. I would quite like to get an ethical one, but I'm going to have to save up for that. So in the meantime, I've got to shoot these vegan on wheel clips all in one take. So I've lined up everything to show you today. For the first time since we got back, I think, I got out my juicer and had a juice this morning. One of the reasons that we haven't been doing it is because I haven't been eating apples on my FODMAP diet, which is not good for my tummy. Looking for something else to blend with carrots, and then someone came up with the idea of oranges. So today we had an orange, cucumber, ginger and carrot juice, which was gorgeous. And I realised that I'd been dropping off ginger when we were travelling, thinking it was hurting my tummy, but I think actually apple was the culprit. Here's some of the stuff I've been eating since I got back. Convenience foods. These ones, I know they're quite pricey, but they are very handy. Thai-inspired grains, pui lentils, if that's how you say it. These Gosh products are really nice. I just fry them up and slap them in a wrap. That's the wrap I've been having. Gluten-free, very nice, with a bit of kale. These cheeses have been amusing me because I really don't particularly need cheese. I've been vegan long enough and don't miss the taste of cheese. This is quite funny because you sprinkle it on something and it looks like cheese, but just doesn't taste at all like it. In fact, I think nutritional yeast is still much better. This is a nice creamy cheese which I put in actually a sandwich yesterday, which was okay. Put it in with some cucumber. Again, doesn't really taste at all like cheese. It's actually from coconut oil. It's a different taste, but it's something to put on a sandwich. And then this is hard cheese, which I just put a little piece of it with a meal, and that was okay. I'm still cooking a lot with this lovely soya cream. This is what we bought back from Italy, but there is, you can obviously buy it here too. And I like to stir it in to make a carbonara type sauce, or even with tomato to make it more creamy. So it's really, really handy. These are two products I found. This was I got from my Facebook online, this ruffle raspberry thing, which happens to be vegan. I'm not sure if you saw it properly then. You get it from Poundland, and when I spotted it yesterday, I bought three bags of them, not realising they're actually made from desiccated coconut, and it's just not my favourite thing. In fact, I am going off sweet things, but I've got to find something to replace that. That's the interesting thing. I really love these though. Dark mint chocolate rice cakes, Nature's Store, and that was from, I believe I picked that up in Tesco's. Shopping a lot at Tesco's because we're trying to rack up our club card points, because we get a huge amount of money off the ferries when we go over to Calais. I think the last time we went, we pretty much had enough points for 2 free return trips, which is fantastic considering it's about £80 each person. So the other thing I wanted to share with you I've been doing is this seitan. You buy it from Amazon. It's called Vital Wheat Gluten, and you just mix it with water, and you can bake it or boil it. It's a bit of a long process. You have to be motivated to do it, but it's not too bad. You mix it with the broth or seasoned liquid of any sort you want. I'm going to be much more adventurous next time and try peanuts and things like that. But I just did a regular vegetable stock with it, boiled it up. No, I baked it, that's right, because I had read that if you boil it a little bit too much it goes rubbery. I baked it and it was still, I would say, a bit rubbery, but you chop it up and use it as meat. So I chopped off 2 big slices and used them as cutlets and put flour on them and seasoning and sautéed them on each side. I mean, it was very nice. It was a meaty type texture, which is why people have it, sort of because it emulates meat. But it's also quite a good source of protein, so it's something else to go along with your corn and your soy and your tofu and tempeh and that sort of thing, and it's wheat rather than soy. It's funny because I'm actually wheat intolerant, but I can have seitan, very odd. So that's been a new discovery, and then with the rest of the seitan I chopped it small to make mince, and we made a bolognese, which was great. I mean, it could almost have been, you know, the old mince bolognese from the olden days with barbecue sauce and liquid smoke and things like that. I'm still watching the onions and garlic. I'm not having any onions apart from the spring onion, my trusty old spring onion here. And what you have to do is cut off the white, so you cut off probably that much. And then with the rest, which is the spring greens, you chop. You can almost go all the way to the end, and that's as much as you can have in the way of onions. And I've been having a lot of those, and it's been great. And then for garlic, because that's not good for my tummy, I've been chopping it up and sautéing it, and then taking out the garlic and using the oil, or using this wonderful garlic infused olive oil, which you put on at the end, because you shouldn't really cook olive oil. So you dress whatever you've made in it at the end, and that gives a lovely garlic taste. So, what else? Oh yeah, today I'm quite proud of my sourdough loaf. It's probably the nicest I've made so far. This is our trusty sourdough. It keeps getting out of hand and I don't like to throw it out. Let's try and get a good view of it. As you can see, maybe there's some dots on it, which shows it's all bubbling up. I use spelt flour for this, so you haven't got so it's gluten free, and I love it. It's so tasty and salty, and not salty. It's got a slightly sour taste, which is I really love it. So that's been great. I think that's probably all I was going to say. So I hope this video works out and that you're having a good week, and I shall talk to you again soon. Bye.